Hey guys, AC here. I've got a fantastic fragrance for you today. Let me start the review by telling you this is a 10 out of 10 fragrance. Yeah? How many fragrances do you have in your collection where you spend less than 20 pounds, less than 15 pounds, and what you get makes you wonder how much money really goes into actually making these expensive fragrances? This fragrance will knock your socks off. Yeah? This actually is called, this is by an Arabian house, lesser known Arabian house. It's called Khaltat Al Jabriya. Khaltat Al. Two words together in Arabic mean blend or blending. Jabriya means forcibly. This is what I gather from Google Translate. If any of my friends viewing do know Arabic, can they please in the comment section let me know what this literally means? Yeah, but loosely, this is what I gather. This is the packaging, blue colored bottle. Yeah, and it says Khaltat Al Jabriya. The bottle, the package basically is a cardboard type package, nothing special. The bottle comes out like this. The bottle actually looks very good. It's like a brushed glass bottle with a clear plastic cap with the name Khaltat Al Jabriya in English and in Arabic. Okay, the cap is plastic cap. Uh, it neatly tucks in. There's only one problem with the bottle, and that is I do not know whether you can see this. It leaves a watermark. Yeah, it leaves a watermark. It leaks a bit. You can also see that it's leaked here at the top. I don't know whether you can make out. So packaging isn't very good. But that's the only thing which is bad about this fragrance. The fragrance is superb. Yeah, I have a collection which is more than 270 now. I can only think of 5 or 6 fragrances which cost nothing but smell amazing. Yes, some that I have reviewed, Oud 24 hours, costs nothing, smells absolutely fantastic. Yeah, which I will review shortly. Hanemori HM costs nothing but smells absolutely niche quality, wonderful fragrance, guys. Another one everybody knows about this. Jacques Bogat Porom. My word, what a fragrance this is. So there are a handful of fragrances, not even 5% in my entire collection, where I've spent very little money and what I've got completely blew my socks off. This is one such fragrance, yeah? So let's start with the spray. So, do you know what? The first spray, just one is good enough. It's a very strong fragrance. To start with, what do you get? When you first spray this, it might disappoint you if you're not a rose lover. Yeah, it might disappoint you because it smells of rose, and it smells of rose, which smells like rose tincture. Yeah, and the hints of spices. Primarily, the spice is what I'm getting is sort of muted down saffron. Now, this fragrance has been reviewed by 2 people on YouTube. Yeah, one Icy from Sap Smells, very nice guy. He's actually discovered quite a few fragrances. So Icy, if you're watching this, my friend, big shout out to you. This is a superb discovery. Another gentleman who's reviewed his channel is called What's the Scent in That? Brilliant reviews, both of them. What's the Scent in That has compared this to Black Oud by Montal. I don't get it, because the saffron in Black Oud is very strong and animalic. Here the saffron is quite muted. Yeah, so you get a good dose of rose, which is rose tincture rather than rose petals or jammy rose. It's more tincture, so it's more asperidic, if you know the word, and supported by good dose of saffron. That's what you smell at the start, and there's a little bit of powdery woodiness right in the background. That's what you smell, but you have to be patient with this one. Give it half an hour. Yeah, it'll change your view about this fragrance. It will change the view of what a cheap fragrance can do. The heart of the fragrance, which comes in about 35-45 minutes, yeah, is when the real magic starts to happen. The spiciness of the fragrance is further augmented by a note of ginger. So what ginger is doing here is bringing in that sharp spiciness, pushing the saffron down. Yeah, beauty of saffron is when you use the floral element of saffron, not the spicy element of saffron. Yeah, if you see what I mean. Spicy element of saffron is very strong, overbearing, and slightly aromatic. Here, the floral aspect, which is more um, fragrant, that's the bit that is being used in the dry down. So dry down I've got here is about 3.5 hours, and the saffron here is very muted in the background. Yeah, but what comes to the fore is beautiful tender rose. That means the heart also has tender rose or rose petal. Yeah, could be most probably because it's Arabian perfume. Most probably this rose is going to be taff rose. So the taff rose top and the top of the fragrance is already rose and saffron. The middle you have some nice floral rose coming out now, not the tincture rose. Some ginger. That's what you get in the heart. The base of the fragrance is even more interesting, and I only noticed it only after 3 or 4 wearings, and I went heavy. I went 2 sprays in the same spot just to see how the base was coming out. And the base is where you say, wow, what have I bought here? Because the base has got so many things which make this fragrance just superb. It's got a caramel smell, right? But you only get it sometimes. It's not ever present. So you don't smell caramel lots of times. No, it's just sometimes you'll get caramel. Most of the time it turns into this powdery oud accord. Powdery, smoky, slight smokiness that you smell. If you have smelled this, you will know what I'm talking about. The powdery oud. And it's most probably oud substitute, because at that price point it's impossible to get real oud. But it's chocolatey, slight chocolatey, powdery, woody oud. Yeah, which is quite rich, which is quite opulent. Yeah, and along with that you get slight element of leather, very slight hint of leather. Yeah, and sourness. Yeah, and that sourness is coming from ambroxan or ambergris. I don't think they can afford ambergris at this price point, so I'm assuming it's going to be ambroxan. Yeah, so the base has got so many contrasting elements that take the entire scent pyramid and balance it out. Everything is being balanced, and that's when the name makes sense. It's called Khaltat Al Jabriya, blended forcibly or forcefully. These things don't mix well, I suppose, but they're trying to sort of forcibly blend it together into creating this magical fragrance. And I was completely taken aback by the beauty of this fragrance. So anyways, the initial bit is rosy, slightly girly, womany type of fragrance, but that goes away and turns into something which is quite unisex. It is sweet fragrance, but it's unisex. And I don't even like rose. I can't stand rose. And this thing, I'm praising this to high heavens, because it has got the rose that you will think, wow, this is what a rose fragrance can do. So overall, this fragrance absolutely knocked me for a 6. Yeah, the fantastic creation that this is. The mysterious perfumer is a genius. The man is a genius. He's created a beautiful fragrance. So pros and cons. Yeah, number one pro of this fragrance: the creation, the balancing act of all these varying ingredients. Rose tincture, taff rose, ginger, oud accord, ambergris, leather, caramel. He's created this amazing concoction which just works beautifully in complete and perfect harmony. So the creation is absolutely fantastic, perfectly blended, perfectly balanced. Biggest pro. Yeah. Number two is the price point. The value for money is superb. I spent £12, and what I'm getting for £12 is just absolutely out of this world. Yeah. Number three, versatility. I can easily wear this in any season, because none of these chords, none of these notes become cloying in heat. I prefer to wear this in autumn and winter, maybe spring, evening time, but you can wear this anytime. You can wear this to work. You can wear this in any occasion. Special, casual, summer, winter, no problem, right? This is how versatile this is. So there are three pros, big pros. The composition is superb, guys. Con, packaging, yeah, presentation packaging. The things, the silver bits are already coming off. I do not know whether you can see it. The bits of silvery bits around the nozzle. You can see a dampness around the nozzle. That's the only bit, That's the only downside to this fragrance. Now, another one could be that for people who don't prefer fragrances smell slightly feminine at the start, may not like it, but you have to be patient about this. I have no doubt that I could not see any similarities to any of the fragrances I've smelled. So I've smelled all the ones that people have mentioned before. I've smelled, it's been compared to Amouage Interlude Man. I don't see the similarity. It's been compared to Montal, Black Oud. I don't see the similarity. The only thing I could remember when I first sniffed it was it smells similar for the first 30-35 minutes because of its rose to a Guerlain feminine fragrance called Idylle. Apart from that, the rose note, just the rose note, smells very similar because Idylle uses rose tincture as well in its top, I think it's in its heart. That's the only thing I can compare this to. It's quite a unique fragrance, guys. Amazing, amazing. You have to get your hands on this, and you can easily buy this on eBay. So, ranking 10 out of 10. Can you actually beat this fragrance? Can any of your vast collection, any fragrance from your vast collection beat this fragrance, which smells amazing, costs nothing, and is superb, versatile? It's an amazing fragrance. 10 out of 10, boys. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care. Bye bye.